Hello, everyone, and welcome to Insaka Talk Show.
Hello, ladies. You look beautiful.
So do you, honey, as always.
I love your hair. I don't know what you did. The bun went in the side. Looks very nice.
I just was like, put
Sexy
everything,
mamacita.
put everything in somehow, somewhere.
I
Touching it
know.
sexy.
How are you, Winnie?
Sunday. I'm good. I'm good.
Have
Running.
you recovered from the walk?
Oh my gosh, not yet. But I think that walk. You guys didn't even walk. Nkwewe kwa but tebaendele.
And we took videos for you when you were walking.
I appreciate that. That's the best.
Exactly. You see, that
I'm
was that
grateful.
was the whole point for us to remain behind.
Yes, I'm grateful.
I
Yeah.
would have walked because I'm a walker. I may be chunky, but I walk.
But you know what we're gonna do next year? All of us, four of us. There's nothing like shortcut to get in that ones.
Hey, all right, all right. I'm glad the ladies were there to support. Too bad I was not able to make it, but
Next time. It was beautiful just to see them, to see the girls there the night before. I can't say it over here, but this lady here, she took us to some bougie restaurant in New
Oh
York
my
City.
goodness.
I
Where
said
have you
some
Nelly, I needed
bougie
you. I
restaurant.
needed you. I needed you so bad. These people grilled me.
You know,
Oh my goodness.
before we even go further, I want to say something. I'm sorry, sorry to our family, Insaka family. Priska's not feeling well.
mm.
Maybe in New York, COVID. So we don't know. She just have a cold and she hasn't been feeling well. So
She
please send us
actually
some
has
prayers.
COVID.
Oh,
Priska
she
Yeah,
has
has
she
COVID.
does.
COVID, guys.
Yes.
So that's why she's not here with us today. So
Yeah,
keep her in your prayers. We want our girl back with her
yeah,
glowed up face and
yeah.
her
Thumbs
smile.
up fest.
Mm-hmm.
Trust
I
me,
got
we are
dirty.
giving her all the love we can, but we are giving her air hugs and kisses. But we wish we could be in Maryland and give her a real hug, make
Mm-hmm.
some soup, massage her,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
big clowns in front of her so she could laugh again.
we love you, Priska.
And cook us some shima with umulembwe.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no,
Yes.
some nice
Yes.
soda in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Winnie, tell me about the restaurant.
Oh, you want to know?
Yes, tell me more about the
So we
bougie.
were like getting
Guys.
dressed, getting ready. You know, we like to dress up. We girls. We're
Mm,
dressing up. Irene, oh, I got a nice restaurant. Like, I live in New York City. This is my town. I can take you to a nice restaurant. Oh no, I have this restaurant we have in Chicago. We're like, you know what? It's not a big deal. Let me go your test. We
mm,
got there. You know, when you go to the restaurant, you don't have a menu, you don't have a bill on the menu.
uh-huh.
Watch out. Because like, I don't know, quick color. But Priska, buddy, oh, can I have this drink? She's like, I'm like, I don't really drink alcohol, but I can have something like some cocktail, nice and sweet. The guy,
Uh-huh.
you want something tequila? I'm like, I don't drink anything. So just something nice and exciting.
Mm.
But I really like, can I have a mademoiselle? Can I have, what did you have? She's not even speaking Italian. She can have Chardonnay. I'm like, a
I needed
Chardonnay.
you. Nelly, I needed you.
No, on this particular time, she was by herself. We roasted her. I was like, okay. The bill came. The only thing I enjoyed in that restaurant was the bread because it was homemade
Mm, mm.
and the nice butter because that was, I think, kosher butter, something like that.
Eh,
Nelly.
Now come back to the bill. We
what
ordered
did you
steak
Uh-huh.
and salmon.
Mm-hmm.
We were four of us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Muchirem, but if the food we had for four of us we didn't even enjoy, go to Washta to Zambia.
How
Nelly,
much?
You
How
don't want me to say
Nelly,
it right now because she is gonna pay the whole thing. Because I was like,
Nelly,
damn,
is a lie. Is a lie.
you don't want me to put by Insaka bill because the bill that we can Insaka, I don't think anybody will be looking at us the same way. That's just, it was like, oh, I
That's
would have taken you to McDonald's, girl. I'll buy you the meal for the whole year.
Miss Winnie. In my defense,
Mm,
it's a very nice steakhouse.
mm.
And of course, it's in different states. The only difference is Winnie and Priska, they asked for medium well.
Mm.
What is
Yeah.
medium well? Medium well has some pink in it.
You
Okay.
guys don't know how to order steak?
Look at me, my skin.
No.
Look at me. Look at this. What is this? All black.
Listen, okay, you should have said well done. But
Yeah.
they said, oh, medium well. They brought medium well. Tafipire, moned, mulopa. Shan, shan. But anyway, to cut the story short, it was a very nice restaurant. I don't want to say the name of the restaurant. It's an upscale restaurant, and I'm pretty sure, Nelly, you know it. I'll tell you offline. But unfortunately, every restaurant has a different chef. Maybe their cooking is different, but they have the same ingredients. You
No,
know, you go to McDonald's, the way they'll make the fries is different from the other McDonald's,
no,
but
the
it's the
same.
same.
Yo yene ndep kane
Yeah.
nangu ika support shan yene you ko fafine no but ine na ri figwa Nelly. I'm telling you, this was the worst. Inamata shapi the shit name up a priscat even if it I would have taken the BBQ and we would have spent maybe $60 for 4 of us in BBQ. Now imagine $60 times. I'm not gonna say the price though, so it's fine. I'm gonna leave it there.
Just order well done, and that's it. No more conversation. Well done. They'll
Yeah.
give it to you. If
Every
you want to
restaurant I
even
go
add
to,
chat,
every restaurant I go to, it's a medium well. At least in a manner with the EP, it should have money below.
yeah.
I said, Jesus, we're dying here. I'm a James Free, I'm a James Red Meat.
Winnie, Udi Fontaine, my child.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank
Oh
you so
my
much. Nelly.
gosh, you
You
did.
see, when you want it very well done, what does it mean?
No,
Start.
medium well. You see how medium well looks like? But in my area, to pay them, I get pamolu blue. Pamolu up now, man.
Medium rare.
I wish Priska was here, but you know what?
Medium well. Tell my friend that anyway.
Funny.
If they cut this medium well, it still has some pink in it.
Hell no.
So
Hell
when
no.
you want to order steak and you know you like charred, say, well done. Waweka kwamba well ya tatu. Well done.
I'm done with you.
All right, guys. So before we get into the meat of the show today, we are going to go on commercial. And when we come back, we will talk about...
Do you run a nonprofit organization in the education, health, and human services sectors? Do you need grant funding for your organization? Or do you need help developing programs to help you raise money for your nonprofit organization? At Vibrant Funding, our mission is to connect our nonprofit partners in the education, health, and human services sectors to the financial resources required to achieve their mission. We support nonprofit organizations based in and operating in the United States and Africa. We offer the following services to new and established organizations: program development, donor engagement and retention, grants, research, and writing. Contact us at www.vibrant-funding.com or email us at info@vibrant-funding.com. Call us at 404-751-6802 to learn more about our services and how we can help you to have an impact on the world. Vibrant Funding, connecting donors and nonprofits.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for the rescue, Nelly.
There's an echo.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take a little break so we can figure out what it is before we get in the conversation. Or is it gone? All right.
I don't hear it.
Sorry, Winnie, you were saying.
It's me?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we just let me see. Can you hear me properly?
I can.
Yes, so that thank you so Miss Irene on the other side.
Okay. Yeah, I can see.
Miss Irene, you mind
I should do what now?
Just
we
exit
can
the studio.
Can you?
Sorry, it looks like we lost Irene there for a second. We're gonna have her exit the studio and then come back in. I think that's gonna take care of the sound issues. So thanks for sticking with us. Winnie, so the topic of the day today, we are talking about dun, dun, dun,
their help.
the help. So what about the help though? Like can we define when we talk about the help, we are referring to maids, nannies, the people that help with the garden, the yard. All right, welcome back, Irene.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we were just introducing the topic of the day, which is the help, right? And basically defining when we talk about the help, who are we referring to? The maid, the nanny, the person that keeps the garden or the yard man or woman.
Yeah.
So I think those are typically the people that we refer to. Did I leave anybody out?
The babysitter, the one who takes care of your kids.
The get man.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, in Africa, the get
man. The get man.
Yes, in Africa, not here. I don't think. Well, there are people who have gate men.
I tell you, don't underestimate people. Some people got some money like that.
They got money laying around like that. So, but honestly, what about the help? Like, how do you, growing up, did you have the help in your household? And if you did, how was the relationship between your family and the people providing help in your household? Let's start with you, Irene.
Well, I can say we had all of them. We had I don't want to sound so like
bougie because you're not
bougie.
Just say it, honey.
Bougie.
I don't want to sound any bougie than what I'm going to say, but this is it's on the air. So if I'm saying anything that's not true, and there's somebody out there who grew up with me, they will check me. That's why I have to say the truth. Well, I was privileged to come from a family that we had it all. We had the drivers, we had the house help, we had the garden help. We just had it all. But I think my parents didn't believe in like treating workers as workers. Yes, they earned what they were paid, but when it came to relationship, he made sure that we did not disrespect them. Like I remember that our house help used to stammer a lot. My two brothers were so notorious, they had to make him speak all the time because they wanted to hear him stammer. And dad caught them doing that and they got in big trouble. So that's how I was raised. But we never had our workers wearing uniforms. I know we've talked about this before. I don't believe in uniforms. I stand corrected, but Irene, Muisa Mkungu Mama Pipano, me, myself and I don't believe in uniforms. Napita mkwai.
Irene does not believe in seeing the help wearing uniforms. Anyway, we'll get to that topic in just a second. Meanwhile, Winnie, what can you tell us about
their help? We didn't have the help on the beginning because I'll tell you a little bit of my family trail. So my dad was very like up high before I was born. Then they used to have help. My sister would tell me that. But when my dad married my mom, I think after a while, my mom was able to do everything. She was a teacher until later on in life. We had this lady, Manakapema. She used to come and help my mommy to wash, not to clean. I think that's the only time I remember. I think I was a little older because all that time we just used to clean. I didn't even know. But when I go to my friend's house, I would see the help. But how I grew up, I knew how to wash clothes. I knew how to do stuff. I knew how to cook. Even the only thing I knew how to cook was kalembla and miss meat, because that's the only thing I could do. But my mom later on, after they separated my dad, she hired this lady, Manakapema, and I still have a relationship with Manakapema. That was in Lusaka. She would come and help to wash clothes on the weekend and then like clean the whole house. And I remember my mother saying like, "Ngabaisa mkuwasha." Even at that time I was working. My mom would tell me, "Mwilaba wa chef yakufwalabo." Bakalamba. They would do it themselves. So I really didn't have that privilege of having a help when I grew up. Like I was just like, I just learned from my mom, like you have to do this, you have to do that. But later on in life, we did have a help. Like I would say, my sister, my younger sister, she have a help. She have like a lot of help. In my mom's house, there are two helps right now. My sister's house, there are two helps. And what she does, their helper, one takes care of the kids, and then one helps clean the house. Because my mom, she's older. So we decided to do that. And then what we tried to do with the moms, people who, like, they're my little sisters. Like if I'm going home, I'll pack something for them. I'll do something because they're family. And I believe that like, somebody who's helping you cook and clean, that's part of your life. And it's helping taking care of the kids, it's your family. It just hurts me when I hear somebody say, I made Divandi. I'm like, why are you going to call somebody a maid? That's their earning because they're going to take it somewhere else. Besides, when you come on the diaspora, most of the people have done this work where we have worked as whatever that you have worked. People will treat you and give you respect. So it's very hard when you see people back home treating their maid or their gate man. Come here, Sister Chibi. Can you just get up in the car if you're busy? Go open your own door. But it's so sad how.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there for a second.
Please stop me.
When you say it pains you when you hear somebody say "Ababa maid band," if you're a maid and you're referred to as "ba maid," is that what's wrong with that?
No, but this is what it is, right? There's a way I made man. Oh, my maid, she's very nice. Oh, the lady, call her a name. It's a job. When you work in a tech, right? Because I don't work in a tech. Everybody is a co-worker. I believe if I'm helping you in your house, you are helping me in things that I can't do at that particular time.
Right.
So why am I gonna call you my maid when I can just call you your name so that even the kids can call my auntie? That's auntie. So you're blending in the family. So when the kids go away, it's gonna be like, oh, that lady, that auntie took care of me. Like I said, Banakapema. I did not say my mom's help. Or
So
the kids.
So at work, for example, right? If somebody's your manager and you refer to them as "Balaba manager band,"
that's different.
why?
The positioning, right? It's different in the sense how we speak you about them. I mean, when there was a quote I caught up on Facebook a couple of years ago. Na fuma kunchito na sanga ba meant bad na vanwa tina balala no kulala na la batan finchito. But you have to understand, you left somebody at home taking care of your baby. You come from work. So what if she cleans everything? She's done it. She can't lay down on your couch. She must work all the entire time. That's when it comes in when you're calling. Oh, you made one, do you? I'm like, Jesus, Zambia.
Nelly, before I chime in on that topic that Miss Winnie has just dug out, I want to know something about you as well with your life.
Yes.
When you were young, did you have maids? Were you? I don't think having helpers back then was all about privileged. I think a lot of people could still afford even if they were not privileged. So, what is your
Only
story?
privileged people did have help. Don't say that. My mom wasn't privileged. My dad wasn't privileged. So we didn't have help.
So
It took me already.
yourself, Irene. The truth is, there was a time in my life, obviously, growing up in Nabambuya, that we didn't have. I lived with my grandma for a little bit, for a few years, maybe 3 or 4 years. But on my mom's side and on my dad's side, my parents divorced when I was very young. I was 3 years old. And so I had two households, actually three, if you count my grandma's. So we basically lived between the three households. Either we at Buya's house or we at dad's house or mom's house. My mom had a really good job. As a matter of fact, we're just talking about that today. She had a job that gave her a company house and a company car, right? And so she had a gate man, she had a maid, and she had somebody that maintained the yard, that did the yard work. For us, it's always been about treating someone with integrity,
Yeah.
treating somebody as a human being, right? So even if and the reason I was asking the probing questions with Winnie, like what is wrong with calling somebody by maid band, if really that's her title, that's her position. There's a way that you can say a word in a derogatory manner,
Yeah.
or you can still call somebody by maid band because you are trying to, if somebody doesn't know who Banakapembwa is, and I just come, hey, Banakapembwa did this, like who is that? There has to be context if I'm explaining something that the maid did, right? So I would have to use the word the maid did A, B, C, D, right? So the most important thing though is treating each person that works for you as a human being, because before they took that position, they were human
They were
first,
humans. Yes.
right? And so if we can connect on that human ground, for us, our maids always turned into family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always,
Yes.
they would work for us for a little bit, and then I remember there was a time when mom went through some financial difficulties, and we couldn't afford to pay the lady that was working for us. Mom said, Awe, bagi na papa, I can't afford to pay you anymore. I think in Shtanomba Biafka where we need to go our separate ways. She refused. She's like, I'm not going anywhere. Banansama, you are family. I'm going to stay here and everything.
See that?
And she just said, there's no way I can leave you when things are hard for you.
Hard. Yeah.
For me all this time. And she would come and she would work the same way.
You see that?
The same way. She wouldn't even skip a beat. So that goes to show you when you treat people with integrity, with respect, they will reciprocate. It doesn't matter what the position is.
Yeah. And now let me go back to what Winnie was saying about, treating maids or helpers. I don't know. I think in Zambia they call them maids, right?
Yeah.
Here it's more like a helper or housekeeper. So I think I know a few friends in Zambia that ill treat their maids. And I think that's where the uniform thing comes in for me.
Hey, before we talk about uniforms, let's go on a short break and we'll be right back.
A uniform.
Do you run a nonprofit organization in the education, health, and human services sectors? Do you need grant funding for your organization? Or do you need help developing programs to help you raise money for your nonprofit organization? At Vibrant Funding, our mission is to connect our nonprofit partners in the education, health, and human services sectors to the financial resources required to achieve their mission. We support nonprofit organizations based in and operating in the United States and Africa. We offer the following services to new and established organizations: program development, donor engagement and retention, grants research and writing. Contact us at www.vibrant-funding.com or email us at info@vibrant-funding.com. Call us at 404-751-6802 to learn more about our services and how we can help you to have an impact on the world. Vibrant Funding, connecting donors and nonprofits.
All right, so we are back on Insaka Talk Show talking about the help. And before we went on break, Irene wanted to dive into the topic of uniforms for the help. Irene, I know you're dying to talk about this, but we cannot neglect our lovely audience. We have not addressed them since we started this show today. So, can we just kind of dive into the comments and acknowledge our girls, or sorry, our viewers, because they're not always
Our family.
our familia. So Nsamanyendwa, that's my baby sister. She says, "Hey, where my ladies at? We're here, we're here, we're here. We started a little late today, but we are here." And Priska is watching us from her sick bed today. Hi, Priska. We miss you,
Hi,
darling.
Priska.
Get well soon. And then Toera was making some comments here. I'll just pick one. I think this was in reference to
Medium rare.
to what
Hey.
you guys had ordered.
Me and you to wear. We can hang out. Ah. That is true. Actually, that's how the meat look like.
Yeah, she
I'm
said
not even going there.
we're big. The steak was something else. And then my sister Salamata says, "Hello, beautiful ladies." Hi, Salah.
Hi, Salah.
Okay, Priska is disagreeing with you, Irene, on something here. I'm not
I
sure.
don't know what it is. I think it's about,
You
I'm
better
pretty
type
sure.
it in.
Okay, can you tell me what you're disagreeing before I defend myself?
It's about meat.
Type it in the comments. Type it in the comments. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. We have one more comment. Who wants to read this? Oh, mom was saying, "I still mourn my Agnes." Yeah, our dear mate, she was more of a young sister to me. Yeah. So that was our
Helper.
Our helper, our housekeeper, our auntie. To me, she was like an aunt. I could talk to her about anything and everything. So
There's Princess there. Can you read Princess's message comment? Can you read it?
Oh, sure, I can. It says, "Bottom line, respect is a two-way thing. No matter your position, we have had our current house help for 20 years.
Man.
And we are still going strong as a family. I put her on a retirement plan."
Yay! So nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
Right.
But okay.
Said, "Priska, feel better. We need you back on the forum." Okay. And Priska said she was disagreeing with you about the uniform. So
okay, now I'm going to talk about the uniform. Okay.
And then when you're like pow pow pow.
Okay, now let me defend myself on the uniform. The majority of prestige friends that I've gone to Zambia to see, all their maids wear uniforms. And I can guarantee you that half of them, they don't treat them well. Okay. And then I don't think it's got anything to do with the uniform, but the way I look at a helper, I'm using the word helper now because I'm here. I'm sure when I was in Zambia, I called her a maid. I looked at her as part of me, because a maid can either destroy you or build you. To me, a maid is like a chef or the waiters. When you go to a restaurant, and if you're such a, like the B word to the waiter, and you keep on demanding all these things, I want this, I want that. They've been standing for a very long time, and your dinner is around 6 p.m. They started working at 11 a.m. They are so tired. They've already given you a name. I don't know what they're going to do with my food. So I'm not about to do that. So it's the same thing. I'm telling you, it's the same thing as Uwanchito, for real. Uwanchito, if you're ill-treating them, they'll either get to you through your children or through your food. Especially if you're that bougie person, your maid has to cook for you, your maid has to do this. And she's a very mean person. She's not nice to me, and she gave me the most ugliest uniform. I'm going to put something in her food.
And what is that she's gonna put in her food?
Okay. She's or whatever she's gonna do, but actually, it's got nothing to do with that. I personally just don't do that. I don't do that. I had maids when I was in Zambia. They never had uniforms. I don't care how cute they are. I see they are cute. It's just not for me. I'm sorry. It doesn't work for me. You know, if they want to wear a uniform, oh God,
Seriously.
Jesus.
Seriously. And I'm like, how are you gonna look at you come from
Really,
you
you're
come from
killing me. Really? Then when I forgot to leave oh, it's my auntie somewhere from the village. Oh, my Africa uniform. I'm sorry. No, 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 no.
What
Doesn't
is
work for me.
okay? So, Winnie, what is your take on the uniform?
Nope, we're not wearing uniform. If I'm gonna call you my sister, you helped me taking care of my kids. You came from the village. I'm gonna make sure you don't wear that uniform. I'll give you a little example. My young sister, the first help she had taking care of her daughter, she was in grade, I think she was in grade 7. She was the youngest girl because my sister's young too. So she helped this girl take her to school. I understand guys, some people my sister was not working up to now. She after she like help her take the kids, she will go and go to school. And this girl up to now, guess what she's doing now? She helped her all through with the money she was going to school. She's now a teacher. And what she does to my sister, my sister doesn't need any money, but every month and I love it to me that she sent money to my sister and say, Auntie Esther, I send you talk time, $50. And she's like, I don't want your money. It's like I'm the first going to grade 12. I'm the first one to graduate. I'm the first one to be a teacher in my whole entire family, both
Oh,
sides.
that is nice.
So you see that, so you help somebody because they were helping you. And then the kids might not remember her, but we do remember her. So why I'm gonna make you wear a uniform in front of my kids when I go out now to I'm down, if I'm down Guzambia now for an uniform so they come to man, that's not good. Guzambia. I know you're making money. You gotta stop it.
I disagree with you too, ladies.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you my reasons. So, having somebody wear a uniform does not justify you treating. There are two different issues here. We are talking about treating somebody with respect and dignity in the way you speak with them, in the way you conduct, your affairs with them, right? However, when we are talking about having someone put on a uniform, I'm a security guard, but I follow my uniforms.
It's different.
Why is it different?
Costing. That's different. Different job altogether.
Well, if somebody is a housekeeper, and for some, you'll be surprised. A lot of these housekeepers, they prefer to have a uniform because they don't want to wear their clothes. I
understand that.
But you guys have to let me finish.
When
you were giving your statements, I was quiet and I listened.
Against one.
You can raise your hands all you want. The fact is, there's nothing wrong with somebody putting on a uniform when they are performing a duty that they were hired for. Let's not get it twisted. They were hired to do a job.
Yes.
Right? Me and Chito.
But I understand that part.
When they leave the confines of your home, they are free to wear whatever it is that they want to wear. If you're doing something that's separate from them being in the place of work, which is your home, if they choose to wear a uniform and they're happy with it, what is the problem with that? So you're saying
there's nothing wrong with that. I think to each his own. But I think for me, I agree with Winnie when she said, "Uanchito, guys, I'm or let me speak in English. When you hire somebody to work for you as a maid, you're hiring that person to be part of the family. So to me, the way I look at the uniform thing is when people come in, they'll make sure that when they come in, I don't have to introduce Jennifer, Eva, and Sungirava. They'll just look at the uniform. They'll know that's the maid. And
And
that's my niece and that's my cousin. That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
I would rather when they come in, I have to
100%.
let me introduce, oh, this is my niece, this is my cousin, and this is a lady that helps us in the
Taking care of
house.
the kids. Yeah.
That's it. But again, I understand the maid is a title you give to somebody who's coming to work in your house. Inefeneka thing. Olonka kwatama million shan. But lakala is an efyak falapyak.
That's right. Wear some nice clothes and look beautiful.
Court, West Court. Now for a butler. Now we cannot do my gloves to a white arena. So
But that's a different level, my friend. That's different money.
That's the
That's
level she
different
is.
money.
That's the level she wants.
it's
Maybe
the
when
same
I
thing,
get to that
you know.
level of money, I can get a butler.
Mhm.
What are you trying to do, Nelly? Are you trying to convince me that
Yeah.
am I
Maybe.
No, I'm
information
trying to
because you
show
keep popping them
for those
up?
who don't know, let's not get carried away, right? We have in the United States, a lot of people don't have a housekeeper, have never had a housekeeper.
Yeah,
Where we come from backgrounds where we could afford because of the economy and whatever.
yeah, and the
We
labor is
a lot of
cheaper.
people can afford because of cheap
Mhm,
labor. We can
Yeah.
afford
mhm.
a housekeeper, right?
Yeah.
But for those who don't know what a housekeeper is and what a uniform of a housekeeper, that's the reason I'm showing that. I already know you have your reasons. And Winnie, don't get me started on Winnie because she's been raising her hands just like, hey, she wants
Yeah,
to
like
speak.
seriously, nearly. It's my
Yeah.
uniform. Put my uniform. You just
Yes.
want somebody to wear uniform. No, you're not wearing uniform. I want you to be free. I want you to play with my kids. I want you to enjoy the same way as they enjoy. Because guess what? When I'm not home, this person is helping me because I'm not there. So she's helped me to be able to do what I have to do. So why should I make you wear a uniform? And then that's my nanny. That's my maid. Don't you see she's wearing a uniform?
Wait. Now, let
No,
me
no,
tell
no.
you. Let
So
me tell you a funny story before you say that. So,
mm,
on the side, I do interior decorating, right? So
mhm,
one of the ladies in Chicago hired me to go and decorate a house. So her son had never met me.
mm,
Maybe he did, but he was young. So I was sitting on the couch waiting for her to do whatever she was doing, so we could go through the color theme and all that stuff. So the whole time I was on the phone,
mm.
and then the boy goes to the mom, "Mommy, why is the maid on the phone?"
You see?
And then my answer was like, "David, that's Auntie Charlotte's friend. That's not a maid. She came to help us." "Well, you said she's coming to fix stuff in the house. So
How
I thought she's the maid."
so
It was
why
7.
did he jump to the conclusion that you're a maid?
You know why? Because my understanding is David goes to Zambia a lot with
Mm,
the mom and the auntie and stuff, and then they leave, well. So they have maids, they have chefs, they have all these things. So he knows that the people that come into their house to do the cleaning or arranging stuff,
It's all
they
the
are
maid.
called maids. So
Yeah.
when the mom was saying, "Oh, Irene is coming, she's coming to help us, so move the things because she needs to have the space so that she can work properly."
So he
How man actually conclude that my maid, number
What
maid
what
microphone
race is David?
is black, Zambian,
Mm.
Zambian. And
You
that's why I'm saying, because every time they go to
and you are
Zambia,
not in uniform.
I wasn't in uniform.
Aha.
Oh my God.
Okay, your point exactly.
My
Because if you're wearing a uniform, if you're wearing a uniform, the boy will know what it is.
well,
Yes.
That's
because
exactly what I'm
now
trying to say.
we've been saying the uniform makes you look like like you're the help. And one of the statements that I got from you ladies is when I hire someone, I want them to be part of the family. So you're hiring family.
No, it's just the
Where's the family?
concept. No, it's the concept of thinking about that person coming into my household, touching my things, going
Okay,
into
jump
my
into this
private
one.
space. They have to be, you have to consider them family. They're
Mm,
in your space, your private stuff,
mm,
you know? So I want to make it sound like, we are family. Now you are here, you're working for us, and we're helping each other. So feel free to eat anything and stuff like that. If you deal with a maid like that, they're going to go along. Abraham and that they've been together 20 years. The Agnes of this world and Wanakapena of this world. Those are the ones we're talking about. It's the way you treated them, except for the uniform.
Let's take into consideration. Let's take into consideration. I think we're looking at this from one spectrum, right? What if, our sons, your son or my son, 2 years from now, they have a good job. They're living in Zambia. They decide, you know what, I'm going to get a job. I'll stay in Zambia. He has a good job, corporate job, whatever. And he's a young man, but he doesn't have time. He wants to get a housekeeper, somebody to help him. And he hires someone. He's not a family person. He's a single young man. All right. Buy a maid. Balay isa for anyhow. Nama jeans. Nama
Manase wachula. Manase mwana
I'm going with that. No.
Eh?
But I get what you're saying.
You guys are looking at it from a family perspective. Yeah, I have kids. But there are different people out there who hire housekeepers or people to help them with their home, with the running of their home for different reasons. So we cannot just say, wants any family. This young man doesn't have time to be making family in our maid.
Oh God.
No, I understand.
And treat with dignity. They come, oh, okay, is the fridge clean? Can you stock up my supplies? That's it.
No, but you know what?
I get it.
Sometimes I've heard stories where the maid got married to somebody. Like I've heard story where the maid got married to some son, and then they moved on and they live ever happy after. Like that.
You know what? Nobody said okay.
Life, we don't know what it is with life. God has put us on earth for different reasons. That maid can be there. Maybe, who knows? Maybe your son will end up marrying that maid.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong.
Why putting you in a uniform? I won't marry if you make me wear a uniform.
And that's okay. That means you were not meant to be.
But right. You know what? Let me express this. Okay.
Hold on. Our audience, our
viewers
have something to say about this, right? So let me go ahead and put up some comments here. Winnie, do you want to read that for us?
Most maids prefer wearing uniforms.
It's a lie.
It preserves their own clothes when they are working.
It's a lie.
Anyway, you're calling my mom a liar. That's my
mom. Mommy, yeah. Then that it's a lie. I say it's a lie. I say it's a lie. Oh, mommy, it's a lie.
It's not.
I feel like I just feel like, well, mommy. I hope mommy understands where I'm coming from. It's okay for somebody to wear a uniform, but at this point, right? I think our generation, they're taking things so differently. How my parents and your parents did when they had their maids. Our generation, when you have a maid, you are driving a car. Now, when I'm in town, you've seen. I've gone to Zambia a couple of times. But maid now following from an now got no money. But I didn't show no money bottle. Oh, the other one, she's walking. She's not even holding anything, and the maid has a bag. No more now. Like that just makes you.
No.
Okay. Okay. Listen, I think Princess is explaining exactly what Nelly was saying. But before I read Princess's comment, I wanted to say, yes, there's two things at hand here. We're talking about the uniform and we're talking about how you treat the maid. But I was saying, on a personal level, I don't want to give my maid a uniform. Because mentally, I'm thinking this person is coming to wear a uniform and should be treated as a maid and belittled in the house because she's wearing. That's where I'm coming from. It's got nothing to do with wearing uniform or treating them kindly. There are some who have maids who wear uniforms and they treat them so well.
Yeah.
So I get it. I'm just saying on a personal level, I don't get the uniform thing. So let me read Princess Mangala's comment. She said, I think a uniform is an employer's preference. The issue at hand is how you treat the house help. I think that's where Nelly is basing her point. And to some extent, I agree with her. It's a good job title.
It's a job title.
It's a job title, yeah. It's a job title. So I get it. I understand where you're coming from. But I think we mashed two things in one topic, which is the uniform and how you treat the help. I don't mind. I don't mind if the maid says, I want to wear a uniform. I'll say, okay, it's a choice that she makes, but I wouldn't impose on her. That's my point.
All right. So it's as if I think we've kind of, chewed this one out. We've talked about the uniform. When we come back, we're going to go on a commercial break. When we do come back, we will talk about what it is, what are the risks involved, of hiring someone to be either a yard worker or a house.
Do you run a nonprofit organization in the education, health, and human services sectors? Do you need grant funding for your organization? Or do you need help developing programs to help you raise money for your nonprofit organization? At Vibrant Funding, our mission is to connect our nonprofit partners in the education, health, and human services sectors to the financial resources required to achieve their mission. We support nonprofit organizations based in and operating in the United States and Africa. We offer the following services to new and established organizations: program development, donor engagement and retention, grants research and writing. Contact us at www.vibrant-funding.com or email us at info@vibrant-funding.com. Call us at 404-751-6802 to learn more about our services and how we can help you to have an impact on the world. Vibrant Funding, connecting donors and nonprofits.
And we are back on the show. So I think we've exhausted the topic of uniforms. Can we now move on to talk about dating the help? Or we did infer to that a little bit, right? If someone falls in love with somebody that's working for them, how do you handle situations where hang on before you raise hands? How do you handle a situation where you are in a position of power? You are either a young man or woman, and you have somebody working for you whom you find attractive. What is your take on those people that basically force themselves into starting a romantic relationship with a housekeeper or a yard man?
Or gate man.
Okay. So
or gate man.
Okay, I'll go first. I can go first.
Uh-huh.
First and foremost, a helper is a human being.
Absolutely.
Yes, she's a human being. He's a human being, regardless of their past or their background. 2, not all helpers come from nothing. Some, they came from something, and something happened in their lives, and they just needed to survive, and helping out or being a maid was the only job that was offered to them. So they still have that beauty in them, beyond their name as a maid or the uniform itself. But I think the problem that is in most households, where maybe a husband skips over and start messing around with the maid, half the time, please don't shoot me, half the time, the woman in the house is doing something wrong. And I'll tell you some of the things that women do wrong. Just because you hired a maid to work for you does not mean you're going to get your husband's underwear and give the maid to be washing. You can do those things. And then 2, there are some meals that your husband like you to cook for him. Do not ask the maid to cook, because if the maid knows how to hammer that meal, that stew, Malita, Can you cook that chicken that you made the other day? Marita, you wala manakwati. Made them for Epika. No, you're losing him slowly. And then the modern woman, she's involved with, she's in chirimba, she's in a kitchen party, women's shanyuko, lero bali uku, lero bali uku. Bamedi bashele na banani, n'abantu bale bashanda where bale repikira masuse. So I think women out there should be a little bit cautious about it. Yes, you can have a maid, but the maid should have certain responsibilities that the woman in the house, has to do on her own. You cannot take these things and give to the maid. That's me. That's my talk. Don't shoot me.
All right. Winnie, what do you have to say about that?
Okay. Almo bali somewhere else. Bali amkusto uchendo. Whatever gets money. What do you do? Your gate man is handsome. Almo bali pateza wera pasande. And then your gate man open the door for you. He carries food for you. Because you know what love is? When you get to know somebody else, it develops, it grows. I mean, for us women, we just don't fall in love like that. It takes a lot. When you find that the woman is cheating, because those get man and whatever their household, whatever their house help, it takes a while. It means that something is wrong in your household. That is, I'm gonna say, my main side, we have these helps and they're very handsome. Even if he's not handsome, but he has a good heart, better than you. You will find because you don't take care of me. And then you know what? I get mad and I just really he brings the groceries in the house. He says good morning. He says good night. And then this man just feels like, oh, it's okay. My wife is always at home, but he's going to do something else. And for some of women, they're very like, we are so loyal when you marry. And then you just want to go into your vows. It's very hard. You can't go outside and be dating somebody else. What you going to do? I get man.
What about you, Nelly? What's your take on this?
We have about 8 minutes left before the end of the show. So I do want to hear some of the comments from our family, our Insaka family. So Salamata says, do you risk your spouse dating the help when you decide to hire one? Then honestly, if it has to be like a direct risk, if getting help means, oh, I'm going to put my wife or my husband in harm's way of, bakamudonsa, then it means you don't trust them. Number one.
You don't trust, yes, it's true.
You don't have self-confidence.
It means there's a trust issue there that needs to be dealt with, and it also means that, that maybe you're not doing what you should be doing if you're worried about that. So you got
my uniform. Before my uniform, tweet it my uniform. Come, can I pay if my uniform? Those uniform are short.
No, actually, Priska is saying it has nothing to do with the uniform. It's how you treat them. Some people mistreat the help. Period. Yeah.
Okay, so that we're done with the uniforms. Now we are talking about and then what is Priska saying? Some people mistreat maids and look down upon them. Working as a maid is not a degrading job.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to clarify, right? Whether you're a nanny, you're a maid, you are a housekeeper,
and you're a babysitter too.
A groundskeeper, one that maintains the lawns, shiny pants. It's still a job. You are earning it truthfully and honestly. It's an honest earning.
Yeah.
And Kunoko America, honestly, every job is respected.
Oh yeah.
Don't equalize everybody.
You can turn any job into a business. A housekeeper can work for a client maybe for like 3 years and open her own housekeeping business, hire her own people. She can move on. Nannies do the same thing. They become nannies. After some time, they open their own agency and help other people. Yes. That's why Nachanat, a maid is a human being first before you can even label them based on the name, the title.
Yeah, and the uniform. And the uniform.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day.
And they're entitled to love their boss. And their boss is entitled to love them. If love fails where it is, and he sees love in the maid or the garden boy, so be it. Love is free. Anybody is entitled to love whoever they want.
And I think this is when it becomes to respect
Uh,
again.
there's a difference between love and lust. So let's make sure that we're
I'm talking about love. If anybody is lasting
let's
on
separate,
anybody,
because
stay in your lane.
if you're married, you're supposed to be in love with
Mm.
the person that,
Of course.
so if you're now falling in love never made nishi
The reason why you do that, there's something wrong, this disconnection right there.
nishi last year first year, yeah, in Giramo.
Well,
So Princess says, let's separate the singles and the married. Married ones, don't lose your position to a wife or a hubby, which Irene has already hammered on. You know, she talked about yo barapanga wino supu.
yes.
You know, and if you figure the first time the maid makes the soup and the husband is like,
Yeah.
take the maid to the kitchen and say, can you
How
please
did you make it? That's
Yeah,
true.
how did you make it? Show
Mhm.
me how you made
I
it.
love how you make the soup. Oh my
Yeah.
God, we enjoyed it very well. How did you make the
Yeah.
soup? You can even say, my kids love your soup.
exactly?
How did
Yeah.
you make it?
And now
I understand it. Yes.
you don't even say about me them.
Sana.
Havana.
How different in there, Pangiranga Tauliko. That's the
Mm.
way. But you know, the thing is, our generation, we look into like, oh, she cooks for my husband. Oh, I don't even clean the house. I don't even, like you said, I don't even wash them for my husband. She does everything. She irons. She comes the one clean the room like it's a bed. Can you not make your own husband's bed?
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Akachilo Mwabuka, you leave everything on your bed and you just like, my maid is gonna come and do it. Like, I in my world, like Irene says, I'm with you, girl. I don't care how much money I'm gonna have. My bedroom is my bedroom. You can come and sweep, but I will do everything. It's my
Yes.
house. You have
Yes.
everything else, but my bedroom, leave it for me.
Yeah. And you know, the last part, honestly, is if you're single, you have somebody that is working for you, you fall in love, embrace it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like our dear princess has said, embrace it. Love comes in all different shapes, forms.
Shapes and sizes,
Never know.
colors.
So if you happen to
Mhm.
fall in love Naba Kamalash, I think there was a song about that some years ago.
Welcome, Ati. And Adi is raining, but because it's my sister's
Yes,
favorite.
yes. You know, somebody fell in love Naba Kamalash, you know, and that's fine. You don't choose who you love, love happens.
Totally.
And so let's not let things like, oh,
Love
because
is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful thing. And if it comes and if it's there and it's genuine, trust me, embrace it and you'll be happy. Because if your friend is in love and you pretend to love the person that you're with just to compete with the other person, it's not gonna stay. The love is not gonna stay, so die.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Because you're
before we
trying
even
to
like go and you talk about getting the help, if it happens, it happens. But at the end of the day, I think my message before we even actually go to closing is like whatever that you have, if you have money or little money, if you have your help, please just treat each other very well because
exactly.
we are only on eighth for this particular time. So
Mhm.
that person that's in your life, in your household, taking care of your kids, your family, treat them well because at the end of the day, they take care of your family and you are taking care of their family. So just say that, you know what, it's the same thing. I'm helping you and she's gonna go help her family. So it's a
Yeah.
win-win.
Mm-hmm. It's a win-win for everybody.
True. Well, it's been an interesting topic. Let us know in the comments on, and don't forget to subscribe to our page. Follow us on
Yeah.
our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube. We are here for you. No topic is out of topic. Let us know. We're here to entertain, to educate, to empower. This is Insaka. So, guys, what do our viewers, our family, have to look forward to for next week?
Oh
Before
my
we
gosh,
talk about
can I
next
spit it
week,
out? Can I spit it out?
hold
Now,
on. Before we go next week, please put Priska in prayers. Like
Yes.
you all know, she has COVID, and COVID is not a lie. COVID is out there. Please mask up and just exercise social distancing. Everything that we did in 2020, 2021, try and do it again. I know the COVID that's there, it feels like a cold,
mm,
like a flu like, but it is deadly. So let's put her in prayers. We want to see her next week because, 4 looks very good. 3 looks a little, like, yeah. So
I know we're missing one. We miss you.
yeah.
We love you, Mama.
Yeah, go ahead, Winnie. What are
Thank
we
you.
looking forward to next week?
We'll
Guys.
keep the suspense.
Guys,
Watch your page.
I'll give him a little bit juicy. So there's this young man. He's very handsome, right? Everybody loves him. And he's gonna come up and he's gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna give you an inch. There's something that happened in the media a couple months, years ago. I think he was wearing same outfit with the woman, but he did not marry this woman. And we have all that in store for you. So just watch out. I'm not gonna say it, but I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right. All of us at Insaka, we love you guys. Ciao.
Thank you.
Ciao. Thank you.
Do you run a nonprofit organization in the education, health, and human services sectors? Do you need grant funding for your organization? Or do you need help developing programs to help you raise money for your nonprofit organization? At Vibrant Funding, our mission is to connect our nonprofit partners in the education, health, and human services sectors to the financial resources required